Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your market talk and stock watch list for Thursday, the 13th of September. Let's go and take a look at some of the action in the SPY. You're looking at a SPY chart, 5-minute pre-post market chart. This morning, the early traders were pushing the SPY up at around 4 o'clock this morning. They were moving the SPY up after yesterday's close. And then slowly we started to move down in the pre-market here for the SPY. On the open at the SPY, they pushed us up to about that 289.25 spot, and then we got a reversal in the markets, and then for about let's see, we started at around 10:30, almost a half an hour, 45 minutes of sideways chop here. Each one of these candles is 5 minutes, but then some news came out that China and the United States were going to start talking tariffs to each other again, and here was the pop that we got at around that was around 11:15 a.m. Eastern time today. As you can see, shorts were running for the hills here. They pushed us all the way up to the high of 289.80. And then slowly, folks realized that they were just going to be talking, and so some of the air came out of the tires here. They pushed us right back down. We got a little more sideways chop here, another push up, another more sideways chop here, and then into the close. We had market on close to the buy side, and so we were pushing up again to that 289.50. Now, in the after hours, though, we gave up some of that, and we're pushing right back down to about that 288.80 area, 288.75. So there's your range numbers to watch for tomorrow around that 288.50 area. We had a low today of 288.23. And we had a high today of 289.80. So that's some areas in that 289.50 to watch for the SPY. Let's go ahead and check out some of the sectors for today. On the positive side, we had the metals and mining ETF up over 2%. We had the OIH, the oil services sector, up 2%. Energy was very strong today again after the oil numbers came out. Oil popped up today, the USO, the ETF for crude oil, WTI, that was up 1.23%. The XOP, which is the oil and exploration ETF, that was up 1.32%. We also had home builders up up about a little bit under 0.5% on the XHB, which is the home builder ETF. Let's go ahead and look at see what was moving down today. SMH moved down again today, 1.15%. The banks were down 1% today. The IWC was also down today. That's the micro caps down almost 0.75%. The XBI, the mid cap biotechs down a little under 0.5% here, and the IWM was also down fractionally for the day. The Nasdaq Composite was down 18 for the day. The Dow Jones 30 was up about 28 points for today, and the S&P 500 was up about a point on the day. So that's some of your markets, some of the action. Let's go ahead and look at some chart. So we'll go ahead and start with the SPY chart. As you can see here, we're holding above the 20 SMA. This purple dotted line you see here, that's the 13 EMA. So we kind of came down to that today. The other day we came down to the 20 SMA, bounced off that. Today we bounced a little bit higher. We bounced off the 13 EMA. We're back above the yellow line here, the 5 EMA, but still below the 10 SMA. We did push up above it, and then we pulled back and closed below it on the SPY. The SMH itself today was a lot of action in the SMH. Intel was down today. So we came down to this 102 spot. As you can see here, we got to the lows of about 102.16, and then the dip buyers showed up, probably playing off of this low back here and also here, which was back in July. So the dip buyers showed up. They pushed us back up on the SMH, but we remain below this green line here, which is the 200 SMA. So we're going to see if we can get some continuation in the SMH. Intel, INTC. Intel was down today, but also kind of a little hammer candle here on Intel. We'll have to see if it confirms for tomorrow to the upside. Apple, they had their event today, and it was pretty uneventful. A couple of phones coming out. The watch. It held above the 20 SMA. I mean, Apple is a beast. They have a lot of products. They're going to make a lot of cash and whatnot. But there really wasn't anything in the event that was like earth-shattering. And so Apple kind of moved down after the event. So the event started at about 1 o'clock. They were popping it, dropping it. And then in the after hours, it's kind of moving down a bit here on Apple. So nothing earth-shattering on Apple today. IWM, let's go to the daily on that. For the IWM, we're still below this 10 SMA right now, but still hanging above the 30 SMA. And once again, dip buyers showed up at around 170 area on the IWM. The IWC, which is the micro caps, down 1, 2, 3, about 6, 7 days in a row here. And we're below the 50 SMA right now on the IWC. The QQQ, the NASDAQ Composite ETF, holding above the 50 SMA. Now you see here we held the 50 SMA, held above the 50 SMA here, and also that 180 spot, but unable to get back above the 13 EMA and still below the 10 SMA on the daily chart for the Qs and the NASDAQ. All right, so that's some of your markets for today. Some news that came out after the bell tonight. PGNX was halted. This news courtesy of the trade exchange. PGNX, they had some news come out on some of their products here, and they did not meet the primary endpoint of specificity for one of their products, did not meet the endpoint. So PGNX trading down in the after hours tonight. XENE. They're doing a proposed secondary offering of common shares. Stock was hit, but recovered in the after hours on XENE. We also had some earnings come out after the bell tonight. We had PVTL, and that stock is moving down hard in the after hours. Earnings per share beat by 3 cents. Revenue beat. At first, they popped it up, all right, on PVTL, and then the numbers just weren't good enough, and that pop was sold off, and it's still trailing down in the after hours. They're a software application company. We'll see if that's going to affect any of those names in that sector tomorrow. TLRD also had earnings after the bell. Earnings per share in line, revenue beat. Company reaffirms outlook for fiscal year 2018, so they like what they heard, and they moved TLRD up in the after hours tonight. IGC came out with a little bit of news after the bell. It's a marijuana play. They popped that one up over that $1.35 area. Pulled it back down on IGC. So right now it's trading at $1.23 in the after hours on IGC. 1 million at $1.15 private placement. Next up, we had some top insider purchases come out after the bell tonight. We had Dish, INFU, and BDGE direct to purchased over 49,000 shares on BDGE. And once again, this news courtesy of the trade exchange. By the way, GLPG proposed public offering after the bell, 300 million of its ordinary shares. GLPG, sorry, I missed that one. Not too much downside action in that GLPG. So in the service today, we caught some nice trades. We caught ATVI here on the break of $80.52. Stock ran up to $81.49, so almost a $1 gainer on ATVI. We also caught Cliffs today in the service right here on this candle when it broke above this $10.87 spot right here on Cliffs, and the stock moved up close to $11.25 on Cliffs. That was another one that we traded. Another stock that we traded in the service today was CLDR. Now, each morning we do a pre-market preparation. It's about 45 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit less. But we talked about CLDR. We've been watching this one for the last few days. We caught this on the break of $18.03, $18.05 break. The stock moved up to $18.49. Now, all these alerts are called over the microphone and typed in the room for the service. And we also caught this IPO today. This NIO was an IPO. They are basically competition for Tesla. It's a Chinese company. We were watching this one. The CFO was on CNBC, and we said that if this thing got over $6.30, 5-minute chart you're looking at, and the stock ran all the way up to about we'll call it $6.80 or so on NIO. Other than that, that was our trades for today. We had a one that went against me. I had Jivo went against me. Tried this one at on the break of 480 right here on Jivo. Stock came back against me, and I got back out at $4 and about 68 cents on Jivo. So small loss there on that name. Some other names that we traded in the service today. Halliburton was one that we took on the open. Oil was very strong. We traded Halliburton over 38.05, and the stock climbed up to 38.77 on HAL. Another name that we traded at the open was Goose. All right, when it got over this $60 area, and the stock traveled up to $60.76. So that's some of our trades from zozostockwatch.com. Some stocks I'll be watching for tomorrow. This AMX had 4.6 million shares, expanding volume come into the name. It's basing under the 50 SMA. Well, I should say it came up to about the 50 SMA. It's still under this $17 area, so we'll have it on watch for tomorrow. Telecom services, ARCI, one of the smaller names, 1.9 million shares traded today. So good volume. They popped this one up to about $1.70. I don't like that they gave back so much here. Came back down to about $1.34 area, but I'll keep ARCI on watch for tomorrow. ATVI will be on watch again tomorrow for an intraday trade. It's been very strong. BABA. We're watching BABA for maybe this is the turn here, and BABA maybe the bottom's in. So I'll be watching for a continuation move in BABA. Billy, BILI, another China name, starting to turn the corner here. The high today on Billy was 1368, so I'll be watching this one intraday. Another one we'll be watching is COUP. All right, now COUP could be a possible swing trade here. If it can get up over maybe the highs today were 79.25. So if we get an entry on this COUP, maybe around 79.30 and 30 cents for COUP for a possible swing trade. GDEN, not in love with this one. Had 800,000 shares in the name, but trying to come up off the bottom here. Not a favorite, but we'll be watching it. Also, we'll be watching GoGo. GoGo has been slammed down. Maybe trying to make a turn here on Geo. 3 million shares came into the name. Goose will be on watch again tomorrow. That $60 area again on GOOS. HUYA, another China name, maybe trying to turn the corner. A recent IPO. That'll be on watch. IQ will be on watch tomorrow. The high today on IQ was 28.70, maybe over that 28.75 spot for IQ. We'll see how the futures and the China stocks open. An oil name, LPI, big expanding volume here, 15.9 million shares coming up off the bottom here. We have that 855 number to get up through, so I'll be watching LPI. I'll watch this NIO, today's IPO again. NMRD. Nice pop in this one, 4.3 million shares. Now it looks kind of like a pump here on this name because there's been no volume in this thing. And it's kind of turned the corner. So I'll be watching it. Not in love with that one. Run, I'm starting to like again. It's been coming down, trying to hold this 100 SMA. The high today on Run was 1320. The 20 SMA is at 1322. The red line you see here. So maybe if it gets up over that 1325 spot on Run, could be interesting. SE. Trying to come up off the bottom. 2.4 million shares traded. This is the 200 SMA, the green line you see here. We'll see if this one has anything left in the tank for tomorrow. SSC, another name I'll be watching. This is a China name also. Still basing under this $5.15 area. Today the high was $5.16. So I'll be watching SSC again for tomorrow. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is your stock watch list and market talk. Have a great day trading tomorrow. And each night we do a video. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you like these videos, hit the thumbs up. If you gained something from the videos, hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments, post them down below, and we'll try to answer all questions. Thanks very much. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com.